Hey guys, it's morning again. Uh, I'm gonna try and talk a little louder because Vanna's homesick today. It's Monday, and I cannot find the remote. There's two remotes. This one actually goes to the TV. It's the new Samsung my mom got me. I have the teeth things in my mouth, so I might be stuttering. I forgot I had them, and I found the box in a cabinet when I was organizing last night. I still don't know how to use this remote. It's one of these new and improved remotes, and there's a plus and a minus, and then there's arrows, but all when you push it, it just mutes. I don't know how to turn the TV down. But the Comcast remote from the old thing still controls the volume. So there's two, and I cannot find out. Know what happens to things. Every day I'll literally be sitting here doing my stuff and then won't be able to find something, and I'll be like, I've been here the whole time. Where is it? Um, I'm a little worried about Jane. Uh, I just wanted to make a quick video, just girl talk to it right now. Just, try to relax and stuff. With makeup, my mom wouldn't leave the house without makeup on. A lot of it. That's the way she is. That's how that generation was. So even if she drove me to school, if she had to run in to get milk or something at Wawa or 7-Eleven, she would even put the glasses on. I know you guys, a lot of your mothers are probably the same, or you might be the same, or you at least know someone that's like that. So I started makeup in my teens in high school and hair stuff, and then in my 20s I was the same way. I would never leave the house without makeup ever. And then once I got sick and was going through those years getting better, and then when it turned into like agoraphobia, and Don took advantage of that and then just stopped with the car or giving me money or taking me to the stores altogether. When we didn't leave at all, except for my doctor's appointment once a month, I would use the makeup. So I had makeup that was lasting me a long time. I just stopped doing it because it was a waste, and then there was no reason. So when I started doing it again, going on 2 years now, I guess, it's not like riding a bicycle. Things that I used to know how to do, even the black wings, it's just, I couldn't get right. And it took a while to get used to doing it again, and then there was all these new things and ways and different kinds of makeup, like blush, gel, and that alone was very overwhelming. Excuse me. So, getting used to just doing the things that I used to do the exact same way was as far as I've come so far, and getting back into the routine. And I'm not really like that anymore. I don't care to leave the house without makeup. I would do it for my doctor's appointment when we leave, because I've always had nice clothes and things that I acquired over the years. I never get rid of anything. My mom's a little fancy, so she's always given me lots of stuff back then before we started talking again 2 years ago, because I was cut off from everybody. Uh, so I would get dressed up in my different outfits and stuff, and do my hair and makeup for those days because it was exciting to leave the house. But that's why I was talking before in another video, just how I'm curious of how these women nowadays, it just seems to come so easy, and it's this flawless Hollywood style way of doing makeup. And once I got back into the makeup, I was trying everything, and it's awful. It's very different. Just like the hair dye is not the same. They're doing things on purpose to make you spend more money. And you're shedding bad, honey. She had her kitten, so she keeps shedding, and maybe it's spring too. I have to vacuum like 3 times a day instead of twice. So, like I said, like a year or two ago, I got the Kat Von, which is almost done, and I know things. And the thing that's on my forehead, what I was telling you guys about the wrinkles, I found this years ago, years ago. This one's new. I think I got it about a year ago because mine was running out after years. And I know things expire, but I don't really believe that. But this is what I was talking about. It's the Peter Thomas Roth, and it was like a miracle when I used it for the first time, like 6 years ago. It completely took any lines you had away. You take it off, and then so I put it on in the morning, take it off. It's weird because this one, I still have the first one I bought years ago, and like there's a little left. This one doesn't work as good as that one does. So that goes with my idea of how they're changing things on purpose to make it not last or do this and that and make you spend more money. The primers that I was saying I was using, this is almost empty. This was, I don't know how to say that, Rimmel. I didn't usually buy their stuff. I remember I got it on Amazon for like $2. It's a 2-in-1 primer and setting spray, and I've been using that. I actually forgot to put it on. So, well, I put this on like I was telling you. Remember, this is the CoverGirl primer that seems to be working because my main problem is that nothing stays on for more than a few hours even. Let alone all day like stuff used to. When it comes to the black line, I have everything. I keep them in these boxes, all different brands that I was trying because I was like, nothing's staying on. The Clinique, I got from Amber because she doesn't really use makeup. She gave me some stuff that she had, gifts. That was the only one that was staying on the longest. There's the CoverGirl, this NYX or NYK, I don't know. I had, and I know I have a liquid one where you do something. That's that. So there's L'Oreal, all of them. I have all of them, but I just don't even use them. Because they weren't working, so I have them if I need them. So my mother brought me this like 2 months ago because I was saying how nothing stays on. I'm so mad, and it's $10, and this does go on. It doesn't fade, and it does. It stays on all day, and you got to use the makeup remover to like even get it off, kind of. So that does work for that. And she also gave me a $10 blush because that's the other thing. Blushes would never stay on. I remember that. That's because I used to have to carry a lot of my makeup with me in my purse back then. That's because you're refixing it all day. So this doesn't stay on all day. It does go in and stay on for a couple hours. And before that, I was using just the powder, the CoverGirl, and I almost feel like that stayed on longer than this does even. So I just combine them together, make it a little more pink during the morning so that it fades, because everything just fades quick. And then I usually like to use like white or just a shade. I'm not big with eyeshadows. I'd like to learn, but I just always kept that simple. So I used 2, and I had this that I have been using for a long time, and then a lighter shade that goes up here with a little more pink that I mix. These are L'Oreal, and I was using this Maybelline, these palettes that they do, and I thought that they were good and got them a while ago. I know I got the black one, I got this one, and I did have the pink one, so it's somewhere because I never really used them too much. I was using the white with that, but again, it went back to like the fading and stuff. That's why I started using the primers, like maybe that'll work. because then that's annoying because I use a light color, so if it pales then it's nothing. So I went back to using this the whitish cream L'Oreal one again, and this is the best just with affordable makeup that you can wear and last the longest. So that is what I'm using with that. I did have this. I got this on Amazon years and years ago. It's Derma Blend Professional. I remember he put money on the card for me because I was like, nothing's working. Oh, and that's by L'Oreal too. I didn't even see that. Yeah, look, it expired in 21. I don't know. I still use it. It's almost gone though. But this I love the most because it was a more of the natural skin tone. It went in, it didn't look like you had foundation on, and it wasn't cakey, it wasn't thick, it didn't feel sticky. And then there's the setting powder, whatever. But I love that, and I remember that it was expensive. I guess like $40 or $50 maybe. And so was the Kat Von D or whatever that I bought and found cheap on sale after I watched that one girl's video. I wish I remember her name to put her out there because she has a lot of followers and does really good. She's in Philly. And I like to say the people's names that I learned from so that they're being recognized and get more followers then because they're really good. She's cute and fun, you know, a lot like me. I think she moved to Philly by herself, but she got big because she bleached her hair, was dyeing her hair every day, it all fell out, cracked off. Yeah, so that's the stuff I'm using that I wanted to tell you guys about because it's just the difference in brands and then what works. And it seems that, oh, and I used the CoverGirl. I just found this out a few months ago. Lipsticks never stay on. We know that. We gotta apply that every day, all day long. But I couldn't keep bringing it with me, and it was annoying and stuff. And then I put stuff in my purse, but then I forget it's even there. So then I was just like always without lipstick, and I didn't like that. And I like to use like nudish, light pink, mauve type of colors. So I found this like around the time Darren started school, so I guess like 6-7 months ago. It is CoverGirl, and it is the Long Last. And it always comes with a little shade, which I don't really use lip glosses too. So that was a big thing. I thought, oh, I'll try this. It's the perfect different colors. They're beautiful. They're exactly what the bottle is. And it does go on, but it's not lip gloss. It dries quickly, and that's why it comes with this. And this you can apply all day if you want. So I do keep one in my wallet, and it makes it a little glossy like, but without it, it's fine too. It's just, and it stays on. I mean, sometimes you'll use the makeup remover, and it's like, I don't want to put that on my lips, but like you got to use the lip scrub to get it off even when you wash your face. Or this will stay on all night if you don't do your lips as well, you know, while you're brushing your teeth and stuff. So that is good.
He also promises us victory.
I love those. So I have like 2-3 different colors, but they're the same. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second because I know I was asking like, what do you use? How are you doing this? I'd like to learn. So that's what I'm using. And I do have experience with that, so I remember the brands. My mom loves Revlon because it was I can't remember now, but because it was
chapter 1 verse 3.
I think it's something old school. It was
Father of our Lord Jesus Christ.
I don't remember. I'm thinking of saying some guy that like had a lot of money that did this and they sold it cheap, but it's actual professional makeup that started out that way. I don't think I have any Revlon, but she likes to use that if she's not using all her special stuff from HSN and QVC. So that's what she's always trusted. I don't know. So that's just out there. That's for that. Jane, you know, I started these videos and I've only told the truth, exactly how things did happen, because the point is to help people. And the main thing that I did learn in that situation was about the will and the power of attorney or whatever, last will and testament, that needed to be signed, even if it sounds awful, which is what I was thinking. Like, I don't want to think about that. He just had a heart attack. I feel like that's bad juju and jinxing but it was something that needed to be done, because then he made his own decision and then he changed it and signed it with my stepdaughter. But when we were there first, he signed it, the original one, to me. And Jane, it was her idea to get that, which was smart, and I didn't know that you could even do that to do that. So that's something I learned. And about it being, taking it to get it notarized, I didn't know I was supposed to be there, so I don't know why she took it that night and then wouldn't give it back after she got mad at me when I forgot to call her the next day when I opened the shop, or 2 days later when I opened the shop. She did apologize for all those things when we just started talking again, and she was very sincere. She got emotional, and I didn't ever ask her for the paper because it's done with. Don signed a new one with Teresa, so I didn't even think there was a point. I never asked her about it. I just wanted to leave the past in the past. She mentioned it a couple of times. At one point she said, man, I must have really hid that good because I can't even find it. So I guess she wanted to give it back to me. And she said what had happened was,
no air, no light. The third resource that I told you about.
I'm trying to remember if it was like a week before Don passed or after. It was when all the phone calls were being made to like social services and the shop. Jane and Teresa both showed up that one night when it was raining, because Jane told Teresa, my door was open, it's raining, we weren't here. They didn't know where Vanna was or if I was, but me and Amber and Vanna were in the car with Vanna already halfway to Penn. Okay, yeah, it was before he passed, because we got on the phone with Teresa because she was like, are you home, what's going on? And I explained, we're on our way there. We thought maybe if we just go, I could talk to them and he'll change his mind and let us all go in and see him. And she was like, they're not going to, it's paperwork, this and that, they have to lift it. So we had to turn around and come back. And then when Amber dropped me off, I went to the shop to grab some things, and Teresa came in. She said, I just wanted to make sure your house wasn't breaking into or this and that. And then Jane came in and was talking to Teresa. And
is that what you did?
I didn't say much because that was after Jane and I were not really speaking, and she was being mean to me. She got mad at me. The whole thing was, like I said, after we went and did the power of attorney, the next day we went to Booth Corners and came back, and I was going to open the shop to go through his safe to get the papers, and we were going to try and find stuff, see if it was situated, but I got there first, and I didn't remember to call her when I got there. I got there and I opened the safe and I pulled the papers out, and I was just frantically trying to find something with our names on it so I could take it to the hospital and prove I am his wife, because he said he wasn't married and we didn't know if he was lying or confused. So and then Nikki came in, and then Nikki was like, I've been trying to get a hold of you for the past couple of days. You said Don had a heart attack a couple of days ago. I'm so sorry. Is he okay? What's going on? And then I was telling her what happened and what he had said. And then Jane walked in and seen the two of us and just went to a fit of rage.
Better idea.
So now she apologized for all of that, and she said, "I'm just wanted my roll and chips." I know she wanted ice cream that day. It was about ice cream, actually, but I mean, that's not the point. Maybe she wanted the roll of chips while we sat and talked, and the ice cream for her house. But she said that's why she got angry and that I didn't call. But that's why when we moved here, she was the first real friend that I had made, not in just the past 8 years that we didn't leave the house, but pretty much since Amber. That's 15 years ago. We didn't really make friends. I kept my own circle. And I was so shy, and social anxiety was so bad back then that I didn't make new friends. So I felt a bond with her right away because she seemed a lot like me. Like I keep saying, she's so cool and funny. And I know she has a good heart. She just has some of these old school 70s things that I guess you're just grown up with, and they're hard to change. And maybe it is bipolar. I even joked with her about that. You know, she's gotten to know me, but I don't think she's gotten to understand that, like, I joke about a lot of things, and I'm not being mean or making fun of her. Like, when I said, well, it's like bipolar, like my brother-in-law, when I was explaining to her why I couldn't understand when she got mad, and she was like, well, are you bipolar? And it's almost like she got defensive, and I was like, yes. So I was just like, everything was fine. That was like 3 days ago she left here. And then she responds on the phone no matter what.
Like I said on the first
and we were supposed to go back to the nail place. She wanted to talk to the woman because the woman had messed her nails up. You couldn't see it from like far away and stuff, but if you looked up close, she really did mess her nails up. So she needed that fixed. And then I haven't spoken to Teresa. I know that they were talking back and forth, and I remember I made a video a couple days ago saying, you know, that these videos about honesty and just telling the story as it happens to, you know, educate and enlighten other women to know what to do. So the whole power of attorney thing was something that I learned and wanted other people to learn, you know, that's something you need to do. You definitely need to do it, and it needs to be done, and with someone you trust, or just not at all. Just do it yourself, have it done, your papers, your folders, because that caused a big mess now. But I forgave her for all that stuff. That's why I never even mentioned it, never asked her back, and I was moving on. And I joked in that video the other day that it was a trapperoo. You know, I like to add a roo to different things when I'm joking. I haven't spoken to Teresa either. I'm not going back and forth and saying, well, Jane said this, and then telling Jane, well, Teresa said this and this and this and that. When they both mentioned that a few days ago, that's why I was like, well, who's telling the truth here? And then I would know. And I haven't heard from Teresa, so I guess Jane just left it alone. So, remember, I was like, well, two people are saying two different things, so whoever is going to just text me randomly saying, well, I heard this, then I would know who's really the one that's talking back and forth. And Jane didn't bring it up. She said that Teresa had called her. And then I haven't heard from Teresa. I'm supposed to be getting her the medical records. And I have to go to Amber's to use the computer first before I can. And I was going to go to Amber's this week, but the baby just got home after the NICU last week, and I'm so excited to see my new little niece. But because we both keep getting sick, the baby's very fragile right now. I can't, and I can't risk it just being still, even stuffed up a little. I'm not going to risk that. So there's that. But the past few days, Jane hasn't responded to me at all again. I went to see her yesterday. I got her root beer because I know that's what she likes. Just to check on her. I hate walking up those steps. Hate it. And every time I walk up those steps, She never answers the door, even if she's there. So that's why I've said to her several times in the past, I don't come to your house because of this. It's I knocked on the door hard, honey, and I rang the doorbell. I was talking out there. She, has security, so I'm sure she could see me out there if she was in there. I thought maybe she was picked up. So I left the root beer, but I also sent a text. So there's no way she's just not answering me. So this is the same thing I was talking about in the beginning when I met her and we were friends, and then only a couple weeks into the friendship she flipped out on me because she thought a mom friend from school, Tabitha, was at my house, and flipped out into Texas, flipped out. I know she's there, why would she be there? Only because there was a couple incidents, and I'll get into that, because my daughter is best friends with her little girl. And then Tabitha did something that wasn't very nice that caused the fight. And then after Dawn died, I forgave her. I talked to her, but I'm just on guard now with everybody because of the way everybody responded. Tabitha, there's more to it with her. So I have a more understanding for why she acted the way she acted. And it wasn't really her, it was her sister. And her sister was defending her. But there was no reason to be defending. That was the whole point of the fight. But, she was crying and she gave her condolences, and her little girl is the sweetest. And they don't play too much after school because of what happened, but I'm sure they will in summer, and I keep my distance. She actually came by my house the other day. Their neighbor gets that free Chick Fil stuff for life. So that's a real thing. Chick-fil-A's real, not Xfinity with their fake commercials giving back to people. They're robbing you all. But Chick-fil-A, obviously, that's a real thing. I couldn't believe it. So the neighbor gets so much that she gives to them. So she came to my house because she said she thought I was losing weight. I said that in the other video for my followers every day. She brought a huge bag of Chick-fil-A chicken and the macaroni and cheese and stuff. And that she didn't have to do that. That was the sweetest thing. So she's a very good person. There's more to her mind, I'll say. And so I'm sensitive to that. And like I said, again, it really wasn't her. She was being a smartass in the situation, and that almost led to a fight. But I did nothing wrong. So I will tell you guys that story when I have more time, maybe later. But I don't know what Jane's about. I thought maybe she seen me hug her the other day after school, because her house is right there, and got mad at me about that again. I don't know. But that was a very nice thing she did. I thanked her and hugged her the next day, and I was like, that meant more to me than you'll ever know for my daughter. Because my daughter loves chicken. That's all she eats. I'm buying chicken, and then we make the whole macaroni. So that was extremely selfless and nice and helpful. But I'm just more on guard with the child now because of what happened. And like I said, I'll tell you guys that story. So I was like, is Jane mad at me about that again? Me having these friends. She got mad when I was talking to the crossing guards because they did a wellness check on her last year. And after I met Jane and I started talking to them when my daughter starts school, I really tried to explain to Jane, look, they're really sincere. They were worried. You told them what happened, why you moved here, which was a serious traumatic thing, way more in depth than I even knew. She told me more details about that the other day. So Jane's been through a lot. And I don't know, I have a soft spot for her too, and that's why I just wish she could fix these little things that she's not being reasonable or logical about certain things, like getting mad at me if I talk to other people, basically, or the people that she doesn't like. I'm her friend too, and I'm honest. What she says stays between me, personal things. You know, I don't go around telling her business to these people, and I don't tell their business to her or everybody else. You know, stuff stays with me. That's why my trapperoo the other day was I wasn't going to get on the phone and say, well, Jane said this and Teresa, or get on the phone with Jane and say, Teresa said this. I just wanted to see who was going to say it to me so that I would know. And then I know. You drop it. I don't need to even get on here. Anna! Sorry, guys. Is this upside down now? Oh my goodness. Now that's not going to be a level today. I'm sorry. She just doesn't even pay attention. So, that was just, then I'll know what's up, and then, you know, I wasn't even going to say, well, look, Jane, Teresa told me that you did this, or look, Teresa, Jane told me that you did this. I just was like, whoever's doing it, fine, and then I know for myself who to be careful with, and like I said, Teresa's been amazing since day one. You know, she's always been a good girl.
If I can trust you.
Thank you.
I'm just
Thank you.
trying to think of what else she would be mad at me about.
I have another surprise for you.
I really don't
After
know.
you showered and cleaned up a bit. I'll tell you.
Because I didn't.
All right, come here.
This is all I do. I work. I go these places I have to go to, and with the baby, and then I've been sharing my journey with you guys. And like I said, I'm saying exactly what happened because that is exactly what happened, and I'm trying to teach other people so that they know. You know,
Hello, we're speaking.
Daddy?
if something were like that to happen 20 years from now, if I got remarried, then I would know. My husband just had a heart attack. I know it's a frantic time. We need to already actually have those papers done
Oh,
and ready to protect the family and everybody else, and it's just a huge mess. So,
yeah.
you know, those things already need to be done, but if something like that's not for some reason,
I'm so
then that
glad.
would need to be done that day. Or if you can't do it for some reason, you need to have those papers done. I think they even said the hospital gives you them.
Tell the man that took
Or
you that I'd like to
print
speak
it
to
offline, whatever you gotta do it, have it, keep it to yourself with your
She won't
paperwork.
have to go.
you. Can
Because
you call again?
I
don't know. Hope I see you soon.
that caused a big mess right now, to be honest. And it's something I wish she didn't do at once all this happened, just because I didn't call her, because I'm trying to get her to understand if we're going to be real friends. I know you. I know you. I know who she is. I can meet someone and know who they are within 5 minutes and what they're about. And then there's the bad gut instincts. There really wasn't any with her. There was just some red flags, like the getting mad about little things and things. That's why I think that can be worked out, you know, as she talks with her doctors and stuff. But,
What do you want to talk about?
you know, I have faith in her, and then this is happening all over again. She will not answer me.
It's really kind of you to let that
And we
go.
were fine. She left here the other day. We talked for a long time.
She
Got
really
closer
doesn't
even.
bother her.
And then
Do you miss them?
I'm not, just haven't heard
Yes,
word from
a
her.
lot.
Nothing. And I was worried because
It'll be over.
she thinks I'm looking up at her blinds, and I said I don't focus like that. I don't even remember to do that, so I don't notice the blinds. But when I walk to Wawa, I do see
What do you
the
plan on
cars
doing?
there sometimes. And she says, I know you worry when I don't open my blinds, but for the past few days, because she's not answering, I was looking up. She had doctor's appointments, and she sent a couple videos
God knows
the
it's
after
in there.
of her doll
Just let
and
go into your heart and he will
that
show
she's
you
going to a
what
doctor.
do.
And then I responded the next day, I think, and then nothing. So I was getting worried because then the blinds weren't open, and she
Let us go.
she is a
Like I
little
said,
sick right now with some serious
work.
things, and so I do worry, but
4th of July's coming up.
that's why I joked. It's like a catch-22. I can't do a wellness check now because she'll never forgive me. I made a joke when we were arguing. Well, maybe I'll just do a wellness check then, because of all the calls that were being made that we didn't know who it was coming from. But at the time, everyone was saying her. I don't know. I don't know why she would do that, so that's why it didn't really make sense then. I don't know. But I thought she was doing all that out of spite because, you know, the main people were the ones saying that that's who we spoke to. So I don't know. And the community gossips and everybody knows everybody. But so I was willing to forget all that. And whether he did it or not, I don't know. And just, I didn't even want to bring it up. Past and past, like I said. I just want to move on from this all. So,
Thank you.
I made a joke when she was screaming at me when the day they were in there threatening to slice my face. Not her, but the Lynn, and she was making, you know, her I'll get my money type of things, and I still have that to pay off. This is why, and I would never leave her hanging dry without it. I know she's got a lot of things going on too that she needs help with, but
So you can look for your friends.
you know, I worry. And when we were angry, I made the joke saying, well, maybe I should do a wellness check on you then, because I know how mad she was at the crossing guards, the two ladies, and she was furious and would not talk to them pretty much after that or trust them. But she would go to the gym every day at the same time, and there was a lot of things routine, so they didn't see her leave the house for days. They were genuinely concerned, and I did try to tell her that, and I guess she just didn't think so. Maybe there's something she's not telling me, where she just did not. She would say hi to them and be nice to them after several, but she just wasn't going to be friends with them again. So I made that joke. I would never do it. I don't do things like that. Like call people. I wouldn't call social services on my worst enemy. You know, those type of things. It's just not. What's the point of doing that kind of stuff, like blackmail and things? But so now I'm serious. I can't think of anything else. I don't have contacts to her sister or stuff like that, and I don't even remember the full name. So I don't know. I don't even know Jane's last name, to be 100% honest with you. First I started with a W, and then I think it's something with an S now. So I wouldn't even know who to call. But that's the only thing I can think of, is that when you're scared, somebody's in there dead on the floor, who do you call? And then because nothing's being done for days, then it calms me, and I know she's okay, because I do know that her sister is talking to her daily, and if she wasn't answering for days to her sister would be busting that door down. So I know she's okay. So that's the only thing I can figure now, is that she's mad at me, and I don't know why.
I don't want to go to Como Park without Mommy and Bethy. We'll just watch it from here tonight.
But that sucks then, because like I've said from the beginning, I really do like her. She's so funny and she's so cool, and she's been through a lot that causes the other things, and then I think it's just natural, and I just think that it can be balanced with help. Just like anybody else, I need things. I have to take medication to balance the, you know, things. There's nothing wrong with that.
You understand?
But I don't know. I can't figure anything else out, guys. I hope she's okay. I would go up and knock again, but I really don't think there's any point. Her car was there. I thought I could hear something inside, but it's two places too, so I don't know. But she's done that a lot before too, when she was mad at me, just didn't answer the door. And so I don't know. She would have came in, we were planned to go places. So she's definitely mad at me, and I don't know why. And I can't be friends with someone like that. That goes back to Jimbo, and goes back to my trauma walking on eggshells, not knowing when you're going to be suddenly screamed at or not spoken to at all for doing something or missing a call or not responding quick enough or talking to somebody else. I don't know what's wrong with those things, and whoever knows me understands that. They understand that's me. I'm not the one on the phone to respond immediately or answer. And I thought she was starting to understand that. She was calling instead, and even at one point, when I answered, she laughed and said, "I'm surprised you even answered," and stuff. And I was like, "Well, I seen the phone, I heard the phone. If I see and hear the phone, I'll answer it, but I don't keep it on me. I'm not like that. Never have been. Well, I was actually, like, going back 15 years ago, I guess now, but phone obsessed with the Sidekick. Remember those? They were cool. You know, where everything was done on the phone. And then because I wasn't given one or had one for years and years, I stopped. I don't care. I don't. And there's only Amber to talk to. I check in with her. We don't speak every day. If I don't respond for a week, Amber knows everything's okay. She just knows I'm not responding yet. You know, she doesn't get mad at me. She knows everything with people. She doesn't get mad at me for talking to Jane. But she's like, "Dana, I know how you are. I don't think it's a good idea because of what happened, but
He might be on his way home.
just tread lightly," and stuff like that. You know, you don't get mad at somebody for things like that. Or you at least talk to them and tell them why you're mad.
He's gonna get mad.
So I don't, but right now I literally don't know. I don't know if she's okay or if she's mad. Alright, guys. I gotta run to Wawa now and stuff. And our inspection is tomorrow. So just some stuff for the deli to do today to get ready for that too. I had some extra time, so I did this. It's an hour-long video again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but these are my regular videos, and then I am trying to do shorts, you know, like someone recommended, to try and get them more people in. But, you know, for my people that watch me every day, I know there's a lot of you. That's why I'm just more personal with you guys. Alright, I will see you later. Have a good day, guys.